if you don't know where you're coming from, there are times it's very difficult to know where you're going.
Correct.
And movies like these, and there's a trend in which I think I admire greatly in
Mm.
what you guys do. You know, sourcing for ideas and stories, and then writing it,
Yeah.
to suit at least the vision you have, the statement you want to make.
Hmm.
In that wise, what happens is that you are able to shape ideas self-consciously with
Correct.
with the aim of at least throwing up certain ideals,
Yeah.
which I think
Absolutely.
which I think is very wonderful.
Absolutely. We have another film coming up on Netflix on the
Okay,
26th of this month. It's
okay.
going live on Netflix. It's called House of Ga.
House of God.
Yeah,
Is it based on the Basharunga
exactly.
story?
18th century Oyo Empire Prime
Empire.
Minister
Yeah,
Bashorun Ga.
yeah.
So we have a story. It's ready. Post production is all done. We're just waiting to launch on the 26th of this month. So that takes us back again
Again,
to a
yeah.
completely different
A
era from
different
Fumiara
era.
era.
And this time around, a man.
A man.
And
Yeah.
and the guy stories, whoever is a student of history,
Yeah, we had to
it's
build
going to
a
be
whole
fascinating.
a completely new film village just for this in Ekpe. Built everything from scratch for this film.
So
You
are you
know.
going to retain that?
Yeah, we are retaining it.
Yeah,
We would
it
hire it
becomes a
out
kind
to
of
other
build,
people,
yeah,
and then when we
to
want to
shoot.
do other stuff,
Yeah, yeah, you do it there.
we go there to shoot. You
Mm.
know, so it's another historic figure. You know, it's like a Game of Thrones kind of
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
And again, not a lot is said about this kind of people and their impact. You know, on the Oyo Empire at that time.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
the country at large,
and the
because
country at large,
because there's
because
that
it's
interaction. Yeah,
exactly, you know, if
the
one man,
implications are
one man, a
yeah,
prime minister,
yeah,
could within his time as a prime minister
yeah.
get rid of four
Four
kings,
kings,
you know.
because it became a lot of them. You're
Yes,
supposed to be serving them, but then
exactly.
manipulated
They
them, and then
manipulated the whole
things
thing, and you know,
things happen.
yeah. So we have that done,
Hmm.
and it's just waiting to be
To
launched
be
on the
launched.
26th of this month. We'll have it
Yeah.
on Netflix.
So I'm thinking about you. You mentioned, and in the Fumilayo movie, the cast is very huge. Now, and then you mentioned something about casting, which fascinates me. So in the reviews, some of the reviews I've read,
Yeah.
people have wondered. In a positive way, that
Mm-hmm.
okay, so the cast came from different culture, different parts of the
Absolutely.
of Nigeria,
Yeah.
but of course, and they performed, and then the cohesiveness, the fact that they gelled,
Mm-hmm.
was one of those things that people talk about. So again, so
You know,
why did you take such a risk?
you know, what makes a film
Yeah,
is the director. So you could get people from wherever.
yeah,
If the director can bring out what she wants from them,
yeah,
they can be whoever she wants them to be.
yeah.
You know. So Bolalo Peters, perhaps because of her background in directing theater before she started directing film,
Yeah,
knows how to tell a story, knows how to get you into character, knows how to make you pull from the depths deep inside you never knew you had,
yeah.
or you didn't know how to express, but it's there. She knows how to bring it out of you. You know, so she's a director that takes you through the emotions she wants, the look she wants, everything she wants, and gets you into the character she wants. She's able to mold and bring actors
Bring-
out that way. So it didn't really matter where all of these people were from,
yeah.
you know, but what she could do with them.
Yeah.
And that's the result of what you see in
Oh, what you
Fumilayo's
see.
film.
And again, I think that, she's succeeded in doing that. She's a thorough professional in doing that. So the next question is, okay, Nollywood. You know, I'm talking about Nollywood as
Industry.
is an industry. So, how did your how would you say your company fits in? Do you see yourself as Nollywood producers, or because again, there are different stages there. The old Nollywood, the new one, then I mean, there's the corporate Nollywood and so on. So which one
Well,
would you?
at the end of the day, they're all Nollywood as
Yeah,
far as they are out of Nigeria.
yeah.
You
So
know, so
how would you? Because that's, I mean, that's self consciousness.
yeah,
The fact that you know you are not groping in the dark,
yeah,
which is again, which is consistent with what you know some very professional
mm-hmm,
film producers are doing. I mean,
yeah,
the Kunle Afolayan's,
yeah.
and the Femi, um,
Odugbemi,
yeah, the Femi Odugbemi, and I'm
mm,
talking about actually, Femi Adebayo,
Adebayo,
again
right?
in these epic movies
Yeah,
and so on.
yeah,
So I was just kind of wondering. So, did you guys think self-consciously about your role, because
yeah.
you're carving a niche for yourself? Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Topmost on our minds,
yeah,
in the mind of Bolanlo Austin
mm,
Peters, is to produce world-class films.
films.
We know in Nigeria people cut corners a lot.
Mm,
People do wishy-washy. They just
mm,
churn out things.
mm.
We know that. We've seen that. We know so many people that would not watch a Nollywood film because they think the quality is not good enough. And we know what those people have said when they've seen our film.
Yeah.
And that's because of the quality.
Mm,
You know, we don't cut corners. We
mm.
bring out the very best. There are a number of people doing that in the industry,
Yeah.
but not the large majority.
Sure.
Yeah, don't care about quality. They just want to, and sometimes you can't blame them. It costs so much to do good quality.
I was going to talk
And then
about
you now
budget
go
later.
to
Yeah.
the distribution channels. How
Yeah.
much do you make back from it if you
Yeah.
spend so much?
Yeah.
But when you know what you want, like
Yeah.
Bolan Hospitas does, the level she wants to play in, then you do what it takes to put you in that level, and that is why we also have a lot of people internationally coming asking. That's why Amazon will come, hey, I want to buy your film. Netflix will come, hey, I want to buy. They want to have meetings. Hey, we need BAP there because we know the quality she is doing. What that does for the Nollywood industry, it has a spillover effect
Oh,
because at the end of
certainly.
the day,
Yeah.
even though we
Yeah.
are not doing what every other person is doing, we
Yeah.
are still from here
Yeah,
anyway.
and people
So
are
people
one.
see it all over
Yeah.
and say, oh, so Nollywood can do this.
There's
Oh,
a
this is
standard
amazing. Yeah, exactly. So what she is doing is impacting positively on the Nollywood industry.
industry.
And a lot of people are also seeing and trying to up the ante and do better, try to match up. So yes, we are in Nollywood, but our standards, we try to see how we can push our standard as close to Hollywood standard as possible in in every aspect of filmmaking. The basis of any film is the story, the script
Yeah.
usually is.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good story, it's not well written, then you struggle. So right from the basis, the scripting. Once we get the script, we do a lot of workshop in-house. We do a lot of tweaking. Sometimes when Bolanlo Austin Peters takes the script from you, by the time she's done with it and produces the film, directs it, and you see it, even you will not recognize the script again
Mm.
because of her touch.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised that on set the script is tweaking, changing because this is not working. No, put it this way, change it this way, you know, and the result is the masterpiece you see.
I mean, again, so she's a very dynamic director. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, the question that I was going to ask you touched on it, funding,
Exactly.
because I mean the movies you've mentioned, and given the level of professionalism involved, given the type of professional cast, top notch cast, given the the attention to details, and then the quality, the product.
Yeah.
How do you get funding, or do you make, again, a profit on these? But then, how do you actually source for funding?
Right. Yes, we make profits. I
Mm,
mean, we're in business for profit. We
yeah,
make profit. Funding, a lot of times, the way BAB production works is that we get executive producers,
mm,
people, and most of the time, there are people Bolanle Austin Peters knows. Hey, I want to do this film. Are you going to be an EP? Bring some money. We guarantee you your money back, and there'll be some profit on top, you know So she's able to raise funds that way, and then we shoot.
Mm.
Some films, like for the first time, like The House of God coming out
Yeah.
soon, was funded by Netflix. They
Okay.
funded it. They gave us the money to
Mm,
do
to
it.
do it.
So we discussed. They sent the script to them. They liked it, and then they said, okay, we are going to take this up. This is how much we can fund it. You go shoot the film. So they funded the film pretty much. But all the other ones, 93 days. 93 days was a lot of grants. You know, because of the nature
Because of
of
the
the film.
nature,
Yeah,
yes.
it
Yeah.
was a lot of grants.
Yeah. Mm.
So we raised funds from different institutions and individuals that wanted the film made. It was a film that was loved by all, but it wasn't commercially successful.
Successful. Yeah.
You go to the cinemas, Nigerians just want to laugh and be happy. Who wants to go and see how people are dying because of one crazy Ebola thing that nobody was happy that it came? So it didn't sell that well in the cinema. They went to so many film festivals and they loved it abroad, you know. And then eventually Netflix took it up later on its platform, and then after that, Amazon Prime also took it. So it's on
Mm.
Amazon Prime right now.
Oh, so you can actually have a movie on the both channel or more than one?
Not at the same time.
Okay.
When Netflix license expired,
Yeah.
we licensed it to them when it
Okay.
expired,
Okay.
and they were not renewing.
Yeah.
We offered it to
Amazon.
and they took it.
Yeah.
So usually it depends on the deal. Sometimes you
Yeah.
have exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't give it to
To
anybody else
anybody.
once I have it. Okay, I want it for 3 years.
Yeah.
We agree on a figure, they pay.
Yeah.
After that 3 years, you may offer them to renew, or you may say, no, I want to give you somebody else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I
So
think 93 Days is a film that, is something, is a piece of history. It's
absolutely.
something that for me, something that everyone should see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that, would outlive, again, even whatever initial hesitations people have, simply
Yeah.
because the Ebola history
It's,
is a huge one.
it's a huge history.
It's a huge
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
That's something that would have to revisit over and
Absolutely.
over again.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm. Yeah.
So that was a historic piece. Like you said,
Yeah.
we shot 93 days in the hospital where Patrick Sawyer originally went to when he came into Nigeria.
Hmm.
And then when he was now moved to when the other doctors contracted
The disease,
the
yeah.
virus, and they moved them to the infectious disease hospital at Yaba. That's where they kept them until
Yeah.
some died, some
Yeah.
recovered. We also shot there as well. So we shot both at the hospital and at the IGH, the infectious disease hospital. So they were pretty much shot where
On
these
real
things,
location.
real locations, yes. So that's how original it is. So yeah. So that was funded by grant.
Right.
Other productions, we raise funds, and then after that we sell the film, and
yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, you guys are doing a lot for the Nigerian nation, for Africa. I mean, the innovation of culture. I mean, and then I'm actually very impressed with the story. I mean, again, there's a trend that I'm thinking of. Whatever you do, there are solid things that follow this kind of trajectory.
Yeah.
I mean, important events.
Yeah, we had
But
collision
that are
course as well. I
timeless.
don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen collision
No,
course.
I haven't.
Collision course was an offshoot of NSAS.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was about police
Police
brutality.
brutality.
And how a young man was killed at the end of the day innocently because police wanted a bribe that he didn't give, and it resulted in him being killed. And it ends with footage about the period we shot this film. NSAS happened, and when the toll gate issue was going on, we took a drone there and shot footage of it. It made part of the film.
So
you should
a
see.
mixed up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I certainly will see. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I mean, from what I've heard, I'm certainly going to look at all your movies. I'm a fan already, and again, I mean, I think I will be coming back to Nigeria sometimes next year. I
Okay.
would love to speak with,
Yeah, that would be great.
yeah,
We'll arrange.
yes, I would
Yeah.
love to speak with her because I'm in love with her work, with her passion,
Mm.
especially since there's a deliberateness to it that she wants to do this. So, um, as a way of rounding up,
Yeah.
what do you think about the future of? I mean, again, there's the history of you know movie and I think culture. I mean, theater, because I'm kind of surprised that you guys keep this alive. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Every nation needs it.
Absolutely.
I mean, we as a group of people, this is part of our culture.
Absolutely.
And then, but then again, it could be expensive to maintain it. So I was kind of wondering,
How we,
how as do people come really? Do you have audience that comes really to see these theater
I
shows?
wish you'll come when we have 2 seasons for theater.
Hmm.
That's theater produced by us.
Yeah.
Easter and Christmas.
Hmm.
And they're all always sold out. We fill out this, we turn people back at the gate. They sold out. Yeah, we can't admit you. You know, they're all we at in December we ran 18 shows. They were all sold out. Yeah, we ran for about 9 days and 2 shows per day, and they were all sold out. In fact, at some point we had a glitch on our site, and people bought more than the capacity of the hall, so we had to stop. Hey, you can't enter, but I have a ticket. Sorry, it's full. So what do? We refund or we reschedule you for Easter. And people were rescheduling for Easter of the next year. You know, and then so the tickets sell pretty fast. So that shows you that theater can be viable.
Viable,
Yeah,
yeah.
it can be. And the evidence or the proof to that is what we do here. Our shows are always sold out. But again, like I said, we can't run plays. Maybe if we run it all year round, it could be a problem. But for the seasons that we do, they're sold out. But to also help maintain this place, we hire it out for concerts, musical concert, comedy shows, different company events. So that helps to also raise money to
To
maintain and
maintain.
keep the place. So we don't just use it for our place. Other people come and hire it to do their plays as well. Companies hire it for stuff, fashion shows, the product launch, different things. And that's what sustains the place.
So the future of film and theater in
Yes,
Nigeria?
yeah,
What
the
do you
future
think?
of film,
Yeah.
I think is very bright. Nigerians are making amazing films now. Things are looking up. And there are awards now recognizing people's efforts, the quality of what people do.
Hmm.
So people strive for excellence, and we're also striving to also feature our films in the Oscars. We've been struggling; we've not made it yet. But someday we believe that a Nigerian film will win the Oscar. So we keep pushing, and we keep getting the positive feedback internationally, like Funmilayo Razonkuti currently running the head of distribution in Amazon. He's only run for about a week, and they said it has exceeded their expectations, that
Yeah.
they are blown away, that it's way
I mean,
beyond what
it
they
is a
thought.
powerful, yeah.
Way beyond what they thought.
Yeah.
And you get reviews from people from all over the world, from Mexico, from everywhere. And when you hear what they say about it, and Nigerian movies are so powerful that if a Nigerian movie star goes anywhere, especially in other African countries, he's
Countries.
like an idol. Everybody wants to.
Yeah.
So that's the power of what we do. And the creative industry, the power of the creative industry is not just in the film, even in music, go around the world. Nigerian music being played across the world.
Yeah.
Nigerian
I'm aware
films
of
being
that.
watched everywhere across the world. Nigerian theater in demand. People want to see, you know, people are inviting us, hey, bring your plays. Fine, it could be expensive because our plays are massive. Each production is 60 to 100 people. If you are going to fly that number of people,
Exactly. That.
they're going to
Yeah.
fly that number of people.
Yeah.
So we are looking for how uh, we are going to be able to cut back on that, you know, possibly do smaller plays that is easy to move around
Move
with.
around. Yeah.
Another option is, all right, we need 60 people, all right, take 20, get the rest wherever you go, train them to fill up the
To fill
space
up the space.
and do and then you perform. So there are different ways, and it's really looking up. Even in the theater industry, a lot of people are coming. We are now planning an international theater festival.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, it's going to show in November. We'll have the here will be one of the venue, Muson Center, Global
Okay.
Hall, and the National
National
Theater.
Theatre.
It's going to be one of, in fact, the grand opening will be at the National Theater. The main board that sees 5,000 people. So yeah, so that's going to help catalyze growth in the,
In the
and we
industry.
are planning to see how we can get foreign theater companies to feature in it. And the skills, I call this place we are seated in the theater of dreams.
Hmm.
I know how many young people have come through here
Hmm.
and their dreams have been realized,
Realized.
actualized.
Hmm.
I know how many young people have come, worked with Bola and St. Peters, worked with us here,
Hmm.
and they now are producing their own plays. Now they are big stars that we can't even afford to approach again because they're so big, but they started here. Some have come, they learned on the job, and they're doing great things. And as a fallout of what we have been, it's like a school.
Hmm.
We've been training people informally. But right now, what we have done with the help of the MasterCard Foundation is that we've set up an academy,
Oh, that's wonderful.
Terra Academy for the Arts. And in 2 years, we've trained about 24,000 people.
Wow.
In 2 years.
That's
We've got
massive.
centers in Lagos, in Ogun State, and in Kano. I told you when you wanted to come in today, I told you I won't be available to you.
Yeah.
We had a meeting with the foundation funding it. It was a long meeting from 10 a.m. till about 2:30 that we finished the meeting. Discussing the project, the challenges we are facing, what can be done better, how it can be done better. And we are teaching people on lighting for stage, sound, script writing, animation, and then there's a business course, the art of business and entrepreneurship. How you can make your arts or the arts a business, how you can be an art entrepreneur, how you can make money from the arts. So it's not just that you go to perform, you entertain people, make it a proper business, well organized business. Like any other blue chip company you can find everywhere, the arts can be that. So we have these LMS that we train people online. And then the courses that require practicals, we have lighting and sound equipment in Lagos, Ogun, and Kano, where we do practicals on lighting design, sound design for these students, And then we also try to see how we can link them to internship, to job placements here and there,
Which
so
is
they could,
which is good
yeah. And
because they
then,
need that.
yes, and also train them to be businessmen of their own, to understand that you don't need to get paid employment. You can start up your own business with what you have studied. You know, people are doing stuff. I know people that came here as a lady that came here as a dancer and worked understudied the lighting guy here. Today she's designing lights.
That
You
is
know,
that's. I mean, you guys are doing amazing things, and I feel honored and privileged actually to, again to have the opportunity to speak with you about this. And I hope again, in the nearest future, I will see come. Like I said, I'd like to be able to speak to,
yeah,
to
BP,
that, powerful
yeah,
woman who has a vision, and then that you guys have this very good vision because it's bridging a gap.
absolutely.
It's bring a very big gap because people really look at the economic side of things.
Hmm.
And then from what you said, I mean, again, you're thinking about the future, building people, creating skills, and then telling them,
Empowering them to,
to work, and
yeah,
then hey, you can,
yeah,
this is how you can make money, do what you like, and be happy, and then still earn a living,
exactly.
which is
Because people
yeah.
think when you are doing theater, you're just. I remember even when we were in school, Those
Oh
in the
yeah.
theater department, they thought they were not serious
Oh
people.
yeah.
People
I
will come
mean,
and dance every day.
I studied theater.
You come every day, they're dancing,
Yeah.
they're clapping.
Yeah.
What kind of school is this?
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and then somehow it rubs off when they come out. Everyone looks at them. You study theater as being somebody that this one doesn't can't do anything. It's just to dance, and But even that dance makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's just a mindset thing. But if you allow to yourself to be stereotyped to fit into that narrative that theater art, you can't do anything out of it, then you remain there. But when you see that no, this is a business that you can make a lot of money from, then you start thinking differently, you start applying yourself differently, and you see a different result.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
What
you.
a very great way to end the discussion.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. You have a very wonderful day,
You
sir.
too. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.